In the most recent episode of The Crackdown, you guys need to check it out. It's a very insightful and amazing episode featuring the one and only G2 Carlos, otherwise known as Ocelot, in a bit of controversy. You know, I've definitely talked my fair share to Carl. I don't think he really cares too much for controversy in terms of probably not going to affect his mentality, but I will still talk about it. One of the biggest deals we have probably seen ever in esports. That, of course, being Cloud9 acquiring, not only paying the buyout, but a supposed 3-year contract of $2.7 million per year for Perkz, of course, acquiring him from G2 of what Jack Etienne calls $11.75 million invested into him. Yeah, easily one of the biggest deals we've ever covered here at Esports Talk. It is now Carl's actually coming under a bit of fire because some fans out there, and maybe I should say a few more than just some fans out there, a bit pissed off at Carlos given his disingenuous tweet, which I do believe has now possibly been deleted. Of course, when all of this was breaking, all the rumors as to where Perkz might go, it was Carlos coming out and saying that Luca, that being Perkz, is the king, has the run of the realm and the choice of where he wants to play next, but now has pretty much said there was no chance it was ever going to be Fnatic, though.
Perkz scored to Fnatic. What's the reasoning on your end?
Imagine Perkz would have ended in Fnatic, okay? What happens right after is the whole Fnatic team renews. Do I want that? No. Why? Because I want to have all my options open. Does that make me a bad person? Go yourself if that's what you think. So you're incredibly naive if you think that you can build a world-class #1 team that fights for trophies by letting everybody, I was going to say something bad, but screw you from the back. For free, you know? Is this not gonna fucking happen? Like, I can't pay my people with Red Bulls, unfortunately. I have to pay them with money, and to build money, I have to build a business, you know? And to build a business, I need to give my sponsors, investors, security that my organization is the #1. That not only I can win, but I can market products, and I can and for all of that to be there, I can't just let my biggest competitor just have the better of me. I mean, I don't know what the people think, but this is a video game, okay? We're here to compete, play video games. If I can fucking, within the rules available to me, play that game, why the am I doing this?
So I certainly can understand why fans out there would be a bit pissed off if he says that Perkz has the run-of-the-mill. He can choose where he plays after G2. He can stay with G2 if he wants. He can go to Fnatic. He can go to Cloud9. He can go to any team who is willing to pay that hefty buyout amount, where very clearly now Ocelot or Carlos is saying that simply was not the case. This is a business, and you cannot feed your top rivals. Now, again, from my perspective, this makes total sense from a business perspective, but I do understand why some people would be pissed off by this. Ultimately, when it comes down to is as long as Perkz is okay being paid $2.7 million per year for the next 3 years and living in North America as opposed closer to home, then we're okay with that. And we have seen Perkz tweets following all of this. It seems that him and Ocelot still get along great. So you have to assume they came to some sort of agreement that, hey, Cloud9 is pretty darn good. They're going to pay the buyout. They'll pay me a hefty salary, more so than probably Fnatic can afford. I mean, they open up their own Stratus membership, just like Fnatic took on investments too. It seems all of these big powerhouse teams are trying to bring in some funds to afford some big players like Perkz. As long as Perkz is happy, that's what my argument comes down to, and it seems he will be. And if you look towards what Carlos is doing, yeah, I agree. That's a bit of a dishonest, disingenuous thing to put out there, but we can't deny what he said simply makes sense. Would you rather feed North America, who historically speaking has always sucked at Worlds? No offense, okay, we're all thinking it. Would you rather feed them, and of course Perkz ends up getting paid a higher salary, you still get your buyout amount, or would you rather have your greatest competition in your region in the LEC take one of your best players? I mean, there's not much explaining to do, and that's why at the end of the day, I don't want to turn against my guy Carl, but I understand both sides of the argument here. Certainly what he has says makes a lot of sense. For me though, as long as Perkz is happy, which I assume he is, that's what it comes down to, that being a business. And you really think about the crippling blow that is, you deny Perkz to Fnatic, and then you take Reckless on top of that. Dare I say, what Carl has done so far this offseason, probably very expensive, but you get some money back for a guy like Perkz, and those blows, can be proven pretty costly. We will see, of course, this upcoming split, what exactly does happen, and if this will bite Karl back in the butt, or did he make the right business decision as a CEO of an esports organization? We'll simply have to keep on doing. Until next time, what do you guys think about this crazy stuff? It's madness over there in League of Legends. All right, take a sip. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.